Here is a brand new 1979 Westinghouse window air conditioner. That's right, this is brand new. It has never been used, it has never been installed. This is an absolute gem of a piece. I still have the original box and the documentation that came with it. I picked this up towards the end of last summer and I have been itching to use this thing all winter. Now it's finally hot and humid out and we can use it. Before we install it, I want to take it apart, show what it looks like inside. We're going to vacuum out the front coil because some pieces of rotted foam filter are in there, and if the motor has oil ports, we'll add some oil. We're going to attach the side panels, which are not attached, they have never been attached, and then it's going to go in the window for the first time. So take off this beautiful front cover. These come off from the top. Incredible piece, absolutely incredible. So as you can see here, there's just some dust on the filter. That is the original foam filter was all decaying and rotted out. That's what this is. This is not operating dust. So we're just going to vacuum that out. And there's nothing further to do because the coil's never had air drawn through it, so it's not dirty. Okay, now we'll take it apart. I also want to turn down the thermostat because that's like, it's 75 degrees in here and it's not kicking on until 10, so we gotta recalibrate that. Also, these thermostats are not super accurate from my opinion because they draw air through somewhere in the, there's a hole somewhere that the air goes in. This, maybe this is it over there, I don't know. I'll take a look inside, but it's not a conventional thermostat with the thing on the front, which I like better. Now all these screws should come out easily because there's no rust anywhere. It'll be interesting to see if the plug has molded plug disease or not, because this has never been used. So the question is, do the plugs deteriorate with time, use, or a combination of both? are different size screws, so we'll have to keep note of which ones go where. Oh, duh. This is a white Westinghouse, not a regular Westinghouse. I'm not doing a whole video to fix that. 2 more screws. This insulation is probably all rotted out in there, because that goes with time. Yeah, it is. But I think we can fudge it back on okay. That's amazing. You never see these like this. It's absolutely pristine. I don't know what brand that motor is. It's like some random off-brand or something. And it does have oil ports, so we can throw some oil in there. Doesn't appear to need any oil, but we'll add some anyways. Unfortunately, this does have that stupid slinger wheel, which means this is going to fill up with water. So we're going to have to drill a drain hole. And I hate to drill through a brand new system like this, but we have to preserve it. I'm going to get my camera and take some pictures, and then we'll proceed with the video. I'm going to put the drain hole in the rear left corner, similar to where the factory drain hole is, but this one will be low enough to not let any water sit in the case. Okay, there we go. That drill is such a nice hole. It's an excellent tool. It's a little scuzzy on the top. Let me see. Can I clean that up without risking the system? Perfect. This is one of the reasons why it's important to be good at using your tools, so you can do stuff like that. The reason why I opted to drill the hole over here is because the fan is going to push some air out the bottom of this plastic shroud because it's not perfectly sealed. So the water all over here is going to have a tendency to move over to here, and if we tilt it back ever so slightly, it will all run to the back and drain out. So this should keep the system very dry. Definitely should keep anything from getting on that stupid slinger thing that are on these things. That's a whole different story. We won't get into that in this video. Alright, so next let's take a look at the fan motor. Get some oil in there. Unfortunately, some of the foam pieces are totally rotting away on this. There was a couple pieces here on the side. In fact, one of them has gone inside the control. That foam is totally rotted. You just touch it and it falls right apart. Certain components here are not going to stand the test of time. That's pretty much the only one. Just about everything else on here is going to hold up for decades and decades to come. Alright, so the oil port in the front is easily accessible. The one in the back, not quite so much. I can't even really see where it is. I really don't want to have to disconnect the whole fan, but we've got to get the oil in there, I think. I see the oil port now. It's in the same spot as it is in the back. So now it's just going to be a question of, can I direct the Zoom spout's spout into it without making a mess. Let's see. No, I can't. Oh, that's not good. No, I can't get it. This is going to be a tricky one. I can't get the spout to bend. See if I can push it over with a screwdriver. This is a really tricky angle to work at. And I'm glad the port's there, but the ports should have been able to be accessed. Yeah, I can't bend the screwdriver back enough to even do that either, because there's an indent here. It goes in about a quarter or half of an inch. I have to think about this one for a minute. I got it. I had to bend the shaft of the Zoom spout a little bit, and I was able to get it. I couldn't film it because I needed to have my head right where the camera was in order to see it. But I got it oiled in the front. Now I'm oiled the back. And that's really the only service we need to do on this. Just spilled it everywhere. The accessibility of this is very low. I guess this whole piece here probably is to keep water from splashing onto the motor, because the front is open. The vents are open in the front. I don't know why you would ever use that type of motor in an outdoor scenario, especially where there's water. But I guess it didn't matter. These lasted, so the motor apparently doesn't care. But not what I would have chosen. I would have chosen an enclosed motor. Alright, the motor's all oiled up. There's a couple cobwebs in here. We'll vacuum those out. Someday I want to see if I can find a blower wheel, a squirrel blower that will fit in here, as opposed to this type of blade. This is just a terribly noisy design. It's just kind of interesting. It looks like there's even rubber isolator rings and stuff to try to make it quieter, but it's just an airflow noise. Not a good design. I don't know why this was used. Whirlpool did this a lot too, and it just doesn't work good. It's very loud. Wow, look at this. That's insane. You never see them in this kind of condition. Wow. That's amazing. There's a couple spots on the coil that are kind of messed up, so we're going to straighten those out. Look at that, the coil is perfectly clean. You can see right through to the fan. It's so weird to work on stuff like this in good condition. And it's almost always just completely trashed by the time you find it. It's actually a fairly dense coil. I'm surprised. It's going to be a 16 or a 17. Looks like it's going to be a 17. No, it's an 18. Wow. So just for the sake of cosmetics, we'll fix this down here. Because this is a brand new coil, it shouldn't look like that. It's in like 3 different pieces. That's kind of weird. Alright, now we're going to remove the control panel and recalibrate the thermostat. See this foam? It has zero integrity left. It's unusable. It's all crumbled inside of here. We'll have to vacuum that out. Okay, so the thermostat is on the top here. I don't see a calibration adjustment on the back. It's probably on the front. Oh, there's information here. Oh, there's those holes I was talking about. Those are the holes where it draws air through. Because the thermostat just detects the temperature somewhere like through the back, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, the air definitely goes in here and it goes out there. Let's see if I can remove this. I'm pretty sure the knobs are supposed to come off. Yeah. And then let's remove this knob. That stupid vent control thing is now all messed up, but who cares? That's such a stupid and useless, dumb feature anyways. Doesn't serve any purpose. Alright, here's the thermostat. Is this one that can be calibrated? I'm not even sure. Oh, for heaven's sakes, it was on the back. Ugh. Alright, so we'll just make some slight adjustments here to see what changes. I think that's worse. Yep, that's better. It's now 76 down here, which is about, I usually run at 78, so if we set it to be the lowest around there, just so it just barely cuts off. And then if we have a humid night, I can turn it down more. Alright, cool. So that's fixed. And I didn't actually have to take all this off. Oh well, I know for next time in case I have to go back in there again. Perfect. Okay. This foam on top of there just broke. Okay, so there's just a little notch that I have to line up with that, and that stupid vent thing will be operating properly again. Alright, so now because I've been holding it, it's heated up and it's actually out of the range completely to shut off, which is fine. Okay. Just going to vacuum that out right quick and then we'll put it back together. Is that? No, it's not correct. Now it's correct. Actually, multiple diagrams in here. What's this other one? It's stuck in there. I think it's the same thing. Looks like it. So this is a schematic. Suppose we can just put this back in there. I don't see any reason why that would get ruined. No, I'm going to put this in my documents. The documents folder, I'll put that in. Alright. Because there's already one in there too, so. Alright. That's good. That's pretty much everything in that front. I think we'll get a video of it running now before I put it back together. This will sound great. The AE compressor is one of my favorites. That's a problem. We've got to tie wrap this together. That was probably done by hand. And it'll probably never leak. Going back freezing cold. Alright, that should stop all that noise. The noise isn't really the problem, it's the vibration, because it can wear holes in the tubing over time. I'll leave a little bit on here in case we have to tighten these ever. Okay. I think we're done. Let's start it up one more time just because it sounds so nice. Sweating. amount of airflow getting discharged from the condenser is insane. That's a shaded pole motor. It might be.
Let's see, on the capacitor I only see 2 terminals.
Yeah, it is. It's a stupid shaded pole motor. Could have saved the whole amp by using a PSC. This off now. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, actually, we can determine if it's what kind of motor it is. Let's look at the power factor. Yep, it's got to be shaded pole. 0.66, 0.67. 1.17 amps on low. 1.6 amps on high. What a stupid design choice. This could have been a lot more efficient if they had used a PSC motor in this. Oh well, that's not how it's set up. Alright, I think this is ready to go. Yeah, I think all this soldering was done by hand. Probably by someone that knew what he or she was doing, too. I get some of this dust off of there, and then we're going to put the cover back on, and it's time to take it upstairs and install it. Fiberglass insulation. I wonder if I should cover that airflow duct in tape. Yeah, I'm going to. Because eventually that's just going to become an issue. I don't want that to start breaking down and getting into the room air. I just covered it in tape. This way, when it gets dusty, it's easy to clean. I don't have to worry about whatever that material is breaking down, getting into the air, etc. Not worried about the sides because the sides do not have air moving across them. It went much easier that time. Well, on one side at least. Where that insulation broke down as I was putting it on. Oh, I did a goof. That first screw does not belong there. That goes with one of the side panel screws. That's stripped out. Not good. Oh well. Alright, now we're going to install the side panels for the first time. Brand new side panels. That's just incredible. It really is. The material on these is all still good. Unfortunately, the window is small, so these won't have to be stretched out very much at all. These have the screw on the top to hold it in place, which is really nice. And you got wider windows. Well, this is not going to be the easiest thing to install here. Not much space to work with. Need to try something with a longer handle. Yeah, that's working better. This is quite the challenge to put on, especially considering how well designed the rest of it is. This is kind of abysmal. Yeah, this is terrible. Terrible design. I bet this frustrated a lot of homeowners back in the day. If I'm struggling with it, the average user is going to find it nearly impossible. Most people don't have all these different tools and stuff. Yeah, I'm really struggling to get this on. These are tapping for the first time, so the first couple turns is very difficult. Alright, that's 2 out of 3 on this side. That one was reasonable. Unless I'm doing this wrong, I suppose I could always look at the manual. I do have it. And this is a bit of a problem. This is kind of bowed out here, so there's a gap. Yeah, this might be closed enough that it'll seal off anyways. This new tripod is great. I can fix the angle without having to just change the legs and everything. And it's so stable too. Excellent tripod. The other thing that's tricky about this is you have this first piece here that you have to pull back and then put the screw underneath it, and it's very stiff. And I imagine it probably always was. It doesn't seem like this material has rotted out at all. It just takes the driver right off the screw, or it gets underneath the screw, which also does not work. Yeah, this is this is awful. I'm really surprised this is that bad. Unless I'm doing it wrong. That's the only other possibility here, is that I'm doing this wrong, or it's awful. Something is messed up down here at the bottom. No, maybe not. See, I have to move that piece on the other side of the screw before it goes in. It's too stiff to move it afterwards. That one wasn't too bad. And that one wasn't bad at all. Wonder why I had such a hard time with the other side. Oh, of course that one was out of the frame, the one that goes okay. Oh, go figure. Okay, well, we're pretty much done getting this prepared for installation. Just need to cut a filter now, and we'll be ready for install. I picked up some more filter material recently. This is a cutting from something else. Will that work? Ah, just barely. Doesn't work. Okay, we'll cut a new piece. This unit is more than worth it. Although this stuff isn't cheap, this stinking stuff is like $5-something now. I remember when it was, I don't know, 80 cents a package or something. It's getting out of hand. Nobody can afford anything anymore. Alright, that's pretty good. Keep that brand new coil clean. It has more of that degraded. Actually, that foam isn't quite as bad, but we'll see. That might become an issue as I remove it to clean the filter. It might come off. I don't know, we'll see. But we're pretty much done here. Stick this back on. Put the filter in place. Close that up. And this is ready to go for the year. I can't wait to install this. I'm going to do it tonight.